Today's video has a lesson to it, and that is keep the foot on the pedal. Just because you scored early in the morning doesn't mean you're not going to score even bigger an hour or so later. Every Wednesday I set my alarm for 6:30 and I'm at the flea market by about 7:30. Interestingly, I didn't go this week because I had a meeting with someone who I was going to buy some She-Hulk from. From my house to where we actually met up to do the deal was the flea market, so I passed it, and while I was passing it I was thinking, I can miss it, it's probably just the same vendors who sell non-key 90s beaten up Spider-Man crap for $20 a hit. So I met up with the guy, we did the deal on the She-Hulks, and I'm really happy about that, so let's go ahead and show that. Also, there is an outlandishly loud bird outside my window right now. I'm sorry if that bleeds into the video. So first off, we've got the one where she starts breaking the fourth wall. Then we've got Savage She-Hulk number 5, number 4, number 3, and a big one here, number 2. Now everything here was like VF all the way to near mint, but it's even better. We did get a She-Hulk number 1, gorgeous newsstand copy right there, and the She-Hulk fun continues because we got a little sensational. We've got 5, 4, is that gonna hold? Okay. 3, 2, and a newsstand, unbelievably sharp, could be a 9.6, maybe even 9.8 of sensational She-Hulk number 1, which I am going to be cleaning and submitting and sending to CGC. The day could have ended there, but on the way back, my gut took over and I said, you know what, let's make a pit stop at that flea market right there. I had a gas light indicator on and I had about 3% on my phone, so even if I did run into comics, I would have to go off of memory because I wasn't going to be able to look anything up. Well, as it turns out, there was one guy selling comics for $2 a pop, and I actually was able to get him down to $1, but I did get some really good stuff, like the first appearance of Henry Ducard right here. I got a nice little mini series here. This is the Warlord Annual 1, 2, and 3. 2 is a key, but I thought I'd move those as a lot. I put everything into some new bag and boards. We have Jim Starlin's Gilgamesh, 1, 2, and 3. 4, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, and 4, the complete mini series there. So that's really cool. I didn't know what this was, but it was clearly like 80s indie, so I like 80s indie. Hamster Vice, I don't know too much about that, I gotta be honest, but I picked those up for $1, really cool. Upon doing a little bit of research, I found that there's a little bit of value to these, so ended up being a good buy. Fun continues because I got the Aquaman miniseries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. So I like getting like full mini-series and maxi series because at my antique shop, that and Superman of all things seem to be the things that do really well. I've also got a full run of the Shaman arc, which is high grade Legends of the Dark Knight 1 through 5. I was able to get the complete Gotham Knights mini-series. To be quite honest with you, I'll probably just do that for like $6, maybe even just 5. It's not an overly valuable one, but it is the full mini-series in nice grade, so what the heck. I didn't look up the value on this one yet. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised, but we've got Crimson Avenger, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all there. Crimson Avenger, complete mini-series right there. Just a couple random keys. First, what's it, Mr. M? I forget that, District number 2. We've got the little, not Jason Todd, excuse me, Tim Drake, saving Batman's butt right there, nice key. First, Renee Montoya. Might send that one to CGC, actually. A classic, gorgeous shape. I've been collecting these like a madman lately. I've been picking that up left and right. That gorgeous Neil Adams annual. Speaking of iconic artists, we got a J. Scott Campbell classic Joker cover. That's like a $10 book right there. We've got another book I've been picking up a lot lately, and it's a really good time to pick that up. We got the movie adaptation of the Tim Burton Batman. I got a nice shape, got a couple tiny little spine ticks, but first Silver Banshee. I got a Captain Carrot #1 newsstand. I got a Spider-Man 2099 #1. Very nice. That's a really good book to pick up for $1. I got the DC Universe logo variant of the Superman Wedding album. I did get a Tech World. Very nice. William Shatner's Tech World. I got a Alpha Flight anniversary cover. You always pick up those anniversary borders. Here's a nice one. I got a Superman 123. That's a good one. I got a newsstand copy of first Hulk 2099. Really sharp. Could send that off. I've got one of these Newsies Captain Marvel newsstand #1s. These used to hang in comic book shops, and now it's going to hang in my antique shop. These little 3-pack things where it's like you can get 3 key comic books. Still never opened. I thought that was really cool. I actually got this whole thing just for $1, which is really cool to get that in. Not to mention the one on the back is actually a small key, and the one in the middle, which is a FF book, is actually a small key. And again, I say, for the second time in this video, the day could have stopped there, but I kept going. I was thinking about going back to my car at this point, but as you can see from the thumbnail, I kept going. So I go a little bit further, and pretty much the last vendor, end of the line dude, he's got a table set up with a bunch of stuff, and he had a blink and you miss it box, not even full, a box of like maybe 12 comic books in there. But the one that was sitting on the top, I think it was a Strange Tales or a Tales of Suspense, and it was a 12-center, and I was like, oh, old Silver Age Marvel, what's that? And I said hello, and I flagged him to get out of his car. He eventually told me that he is actually visiting relatives. He's only here for a week, and he set up at that flea market only one day. So it's actually pretty amazing that I saw him and everything worked out. But he had some insane stuff. I'm gonna be showing you the video over me talking here of the crazy books he had. Some truly fantastic things. The only problem, he was aware of what he had. His prices were a little bit stuck in 2021. But sometimes when you see such unbelievable finds like this, you tell yourself, I'm not leaving until I get at least one of these awesome books. So I had to bring out the full force of my mint hunting comic haggling skills. I brought it all for this one, and I was able to get a small batch of books. I spent $4,500. I'm good with friends and family. There's Sarah Conan. There she is. That actually took care of my PayPal available balance, and the rest actually got put to a credit card with 1% on my phone's battery, I might add. It was kind of a little nervous, like if my phone died right there, I wouldn't have got the books I'm about to show you. So what I'm about to show you is pretty crazy. I'm sweating how much I paid on this really badly, but I know that I will be profiting. I'm gonna start you off easy, and I know you can already see a huge book in the thumbnail, but I will show you nonetheless because that's not even the biggest book. Tricked you, that's not even the biggest book. Avengers Annual 10, very nice. Madeline Pryor, Rogue, and first cover appearance of Mystique. Looks like a VF. Nice. Really good. Really good. I always pick that up if I can. Here's a book I never get. We got like a 7.0-ish looking Conan #1, first appearance of Conan the Barbarian. Yes, sir. That is a really nice book right there. This absolutely gorgeous painted cover of Blade versus Morbius. What's it? Marvel Preview 8? Marvel Preview presents Legion of Monsters #8. And I was pleasantly surprised to find, because I didn't look it up on my phone, that, because I didn't have the battery, that is actually like a nice clean $100 right there. So just between these 3 books, there's probably like 5, 6, maybe $700 there after some cleaning and pressing, maybe. That's not what it's even all about, though. It's about these next books, which is where things get crazy. This book right here is a book that I'm pretty sure we all dream of finding in the wild. This is Tales to Astonish. Yeah, Tales to Astonish 13, back when it was still 10 cents. It's the first appearance of Groot with no color loss. The colors are still perfect. And it's got a couple things that are very, very cleanable and pressable. I looked at the book. My grade estimate for the book sits pretty steadily at a 4.0. I wouldn't be surprised if it got a 3.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it got a 4.5 after I'm all done with everything I can do to it. That's very impressive. Initially, he wanted $3,000 for that and $3,000 for this next book. That equated to $6,000. I was able to get it down to $4,500 with these books thrown in. So I'm a little bit impressed with my negotiating skills on this one. I opened it up on the spot. Nothing's cut out. Cover fully attached. Everything looks good. Actually, I'm digging the interior of that book quite a bit. Nothing missing. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and bring out the big guns. That is pretty big guns, though. There's big keys and then there's huge keys. I would classify this as a huge key. This key is definitely a huge key. We've got a Strange Tales 110. That is the first appearance of Doctor Strange. Yes, sir, I am now proud owner of a nice 5.0-ish copy of the first appearance of Doctor Strange. Again, he was also asking for $3,000. That already, I do believe, was a fair price, but I needed to get it down, and it doesn't hurt to ask. So, with that book, same thing. I opened it up on the spot, made sure there was nothing wrong on the inside. There's actually a little bit of staple rust near the centerfold, I did notice, but you know, who cares? What is that? 1961, 1962? I don't care, man. That's gorgeous. A lot of times with a book like this, you find it in like a 1.0, or you go your whole life and never find it. It is that big of a deal. So I'm really happy about that book. I have to really do some thinking if I want to send these to CGC or not. The only problem is, like I said, I spent $4,500, which means I'm a little bit in the hole. I need to make some money quick. So one thing I could do is I could move it raw and I'm already at a profit, or I could send it to CGC, which is what I'd like to do with it, and wait a little bit for it to get back and then try selling it then for maybe even a little bit more than I would get. But it's a game of patience, and I know that there's a lot of people that would be really interested in those books, myself included. Quite frankly, those are 2 books that I would love to keep for the PC, but I have to be focused, and I'm doing this full time now. I'm doing it full time now, and if I'm buying huge books, I have to sell huge books. I can't just accumulate it. Everything has to be smart right now. So as you guys saw or didn't see, I picked up a Hulk 1 recently. It did sell at a claim sale. I missed it terribly immediately after it was gone, and I am sure I will miss these books immediately after they are sold. So I need to really think about what I'm going to do with it. But in the meantime, I dare say that's probably my best find I've ever found in the wild. Even though I didn't get it for a steal, I got it close to its FMV. I am ecstatic. I think this was an amazing pickup, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. It's a shame that I missed out on getting those other items. He wanted $10,000 for everything, and it wasn't the right price. I was able to get him down on this, but I couldn't get him to budge, and a lot of his other stuff was like 2 to almost even 3 times the value in its condition, so we just couldn't get there, but at least we got there on these ones. I'm so happy about it. Guys, keep those negotiation skills active. Keep the pedal to the metal. Don't give up just because you score. There could be more down the line. And keep on hunting. I'll see you at the next video.